About 13 miles from downtown Atlanta, welcome to Truist Park. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the New York Mets going up against the Atlanta Braves. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Okay, all set to go. Here's Francisco Lindor.
Francisco Lindor.
That one at 95, missed up top, and we're underway. Swing and a bouncer towards third. In plenty of time to first, one up, one down. Here's Jesse Winker. Lopez, an all-star a season ago. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, a curve, and he works in a changeup. Strike two.
All right, now, he may have not liked either of those first two pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
This to center field, and that'll get down for a hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. These days, most outfielders play pretty deep, and I'm not sure if that was a factor there or not, but off the bat, you're thinking it's going to be a pop-out, and it just kind of nestled into that spot where no one was able to get to it.
Juan Soto now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
The hitter early and off balance on that swing. If I'm the pitcher, I'm taking a little bit more off, see if you can get him to chase something in the dirt.
It misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, it can be so tough as a hitter to pull yourself out of an extended slump, one that lasts for several games, even a week or more. You know, right now, he's really in one, so I'm sure his mind is all over the place, racing, having a hard time sleeping, trying to figure out what can get him back on track, back to feeling more comfortable and settled in the box.
Pitch is in there, and it's 0-2. Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him. Bottom of the first. And now the center fielder, Michael Harris II. First offering, and it just misses. And that's in there at the knees.
I got a ball, one strike.
That's in there. 1-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
Now it's the shortstop, Nacho Alvarez Jr.
Nope,
First pitch doesn't find the zone. There's a strike.
Well, as a hitter, you're hoping that the command on that sinker doesn't come until later in the ball game, but if that's how it's going to be all day, it's going to be a tough one for the offense.
One down, base is empty. That one to first, and that's just foul. Foul tip. Oh, that got our umpire, and it looks like it got him upstairs. The pitch. Strike three, and that's two in a row.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top two guys in a lineup to start an inning, you've got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
There's a strike.
First 2 hitters get punched out on strikes. Take some notes from the dugout. When you get your chance, go up there and hit the ball hard somewhere.
Next offering is in for a strike. That one missed.
2 strikes.
swing and a miss, struck him out. And he strikes out. And we're back. And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Lopez back to work.
Hey!
Swing and a miss.
0-1's the count.
Swings through that one for strike two.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
Up and in. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
That was a tough slider right there. He couldn't get a piece of it just to try to keep the at bat alive. And hitters will tell you that slider, when a guy's able to really tunnel the pitch where it looks like a fastball and then late has really good bite, so tough to lay off of because you've made the decision you don't want to get beat by a fastball, and then you swing and you miss. You go back to the dugout shaking your head.
Popped up, middle of the diamond. Olsen. Squeezes it. 2 away. Here's Brandon Nimmo.
Not getting the results he's wanted at the plate recently. Only 2 hits over the last 5 games.
And that one fouled off. Two out, space is empty.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Cut out and miss, struck him out. And the Mets go 1-2. Back at Truist Park, here's Austin Riley. There's the strike.
Riley is one of those players that made his presence known in the majors right away. He hit a 438-foot home run off of Michael Wacha fastball on his second at bat, which is probably the best way to make a first impression as a rookie, Boog.
Toss to Alonso, and a quick out number 1. Here is Matt Olson.
He's been tearing it up at the plate recently, batting over 300 so far this month.
Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Winker snags it on the run.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Winker should have it. Brings it in for the 3rd out. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike 1. McNeil, a former All-Star, 32 years old, and he's been wearing out home plate lately. He scored 10 times in the last 10 games. And a curve is down and in.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Now a screamer into the outfield. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Next to hit will be the pitcher, Paul Blackburn. Trying to move him over here. He takes it on his own. Out on the sac bunt.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. The job was to move the runner up and give your team a chance to score the go-ahead run. That's exactly what happened, so you better believe your teammates are happy with you after that at bat.
And that one popped in the air, left field. Ozuna hauls it in for the out. That's out number 2. And next for the Mets, Jesse Winker. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. McNeil on at second with 2 down. And another ball. To third. Nice grab. Over to first. And they get the out. Welcome back. Last series, the pitching was not good as we take a check of the numbers. Ball one there.
No strike.
Albies launched a homer in his most recent game. And a foul ball. And downstairs. That misses the zone, and it's 3-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
On the ground to the left, Vientos tosses to first. 1 up, 1 down. So here's Murphy now. There's the strike.
Well, the key to his success is getting ahead early in the count. He cannot afford to go deep in the counts. Doesn't have a ton of swing and miss stuff, so he's going to have to work efficiently.
Misses inside.
That's inside.
1-2 the count. Still tied at 0. Last of the third. Up the middle. Lindor. No play. That's an infield single. One down. And next for Atlanta, Reynaldo Lopez. Drops a bunt down the first base side. And he handles it himself for the out.
Well, just doing his part right there, trying to move that runner in a scoring position. Got it down successfully. Now we'll see if they can drive him in from second.
Back to the top of the lineup. And now Michael Harris the second. On the ground right side. Gets it to first. And that is the third out of the inning. Back here in Atlanta. And now it's Juan Soto. Scoreless here, but now he's got to deal with a guy who's got some power. Got to be careful when you're talking about a hitter with this type of slug and these type of home run totals.
Well, these Mets, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Ball to strike. The pitch. Soto checks his swing. Appeal down to third, and he held back, according to Larry Bullard. Lopez fires. Outside low. 3 balls and a strike. Swing and a line drive ripped right center field. Harris makes the grab. 1 down. Here's the third baseman, Mark Vientos. His first at bat was a strikeout. Ripped on the ground to second. Throw on to Olsen. 2 up, 2 down.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Here's Pete Alonso. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
Well, that's today's style of baseball right there, right? Big-time velo on the bump and big-time pop at the plate.
Got him to chase one above the zone there.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
Next offering way off the plate.
0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off speed's probably coming.
And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. Offense. And welcome back to the ballpark. And the batter will be the shortstop, Nacho Alvarez Jr. And that's in there at the knees.
He's been very consistent with his command out there on the mound, consistently throwing at the knees. Pretty impressive when a guy can repeat his delivery like this.
Next offering in there for a strike. 1-2. And a swing and a miss. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
Now batting.
Here's Marcell Ozuna. Struck out swinging his first time. That one
That's off the
outside.
plate.
And it's 1-0. Just
ball
missed.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
Ground ball up the middle. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Gets off a throw. Runner on at first with 1 gone. Here comes Austin Riley. Tap foul at the plate. Up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just missed. That one in for a strike. 2-2. Ozuna over at first with 1 away. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And now a runner moves into scoring position as we look for the first run of the ball game. And now it's Matt Olson's turn to hit. There's the strike up high. And it's 0-1.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Ripped into center, base hit. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He will score and they take the lead. It's an RBI single, 1-0. Here's Profar down. He's 0 for 1. Profar gets a piece there. Profar, who hails from Curacao, same place that produced Andrew Jones. That one finds the corner. 0-2 now.
Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch that's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
On the ground, could be 2. Off balance feed, there's 1. To first, not in time. Great effort there. Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. Grounded out his first time. Just off the outside edge. And that's ball 1. Fastball for a strike. 2 runs across in the inning. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Fights that one away. Still 1-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
McNeil gets it to first, and Albies is retired. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Lopez back to work. Ripped to short. To first. And the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th.
Fastball groove right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
That one fouled off.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
And a swing and a miss there.
Not sure if he could be in more of a groove. Looks really relaxed. He's retired 7 straight. This guy's feeling it right now.
Swing and a miss. Murphy gathers, throws to first. Jeff McNeil stands in. A single his first time. And that is cut on and missed. Strike 1.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
Fastball is
that pitch is out.
outside. And now
Inside,
2-1
ball
after
two.
that missed inside. On the ground to second, might be two. There's one.
Out.
On to Olsen.
Out.
That's two. Still nothing. And we're back. John Sciambi with my buddy Chris Singleton, and set to get us started. Bottom five. Sean Murphy. Ripped on a line. Brings it in. And there's one down. And now the pitcher, Reynaldo Lopez. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Two down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go
Counts
up the
1-0.
middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
2 outs. That one ripped. This one looks like trouble. Makes the turn and heads for second. Not stopping. He's going for 3. And he's got himself a triple.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
There's a swing and a drive. This one could be trouble. In comes the run from third, and they lead by 3.
Picks himself up an RBI. Great hands on that swing to take the inside pitch and drive it into the gap for the double. It's easy to spin off a pitch like that, Boog, and you can pull that thing foul, but that was perfect.
He swings and fouls one off. Runner at second, 2 down. Last half of inning number 5. Now
That's
1-1. Swings through that one.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Good eye in that
Fastball, 2.
spot.
2-2 the count.
And
3.
down on strikes. Inning over, and it could have been worse. The Braves add 1 on the RBI double. 3-0. Back after this on the show. Welcome back as we have a pinch hitter to lead it off. Jose Siri.
Well, with his speed, he could really make some things happen leading off.
That
Ball
one not
one, no
close. 1-0. Siri in his 4th year, 29 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. And a foul ball.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Teased the zone with that fastball a little bit up, fouled it off. Expect him to go a little bit higher with this next one.
Lopez gets the swing and a miss. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Well, that slider wasn't even close to the strike zone, and he got him to chase. That's just a bad approach right there. Either he was looking for something else and got completely fooled, or he was sitting all over the slider and just couldn't resist the temptation. But, man, really
0-1.
expanded right there and didn't have a chance of making contact with that pitch.
The 0-1.
Hey!
Pretty frugal guy. He is
0-2.
very efficient with the pitch count in this one.
1 down, base is empty. And that one hammered. That's back there. Out of here. That one felt good. His 27th home run of the season, and they're on the scoreboard. It's 3-1. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth.
One out, base is empty. Jesse Winker up now for the Mets. That one is absolutely belted. And it one-hops the wall. Around first, heading for two. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Off the bat, it was headed for the gap all the way. And as a hitter, you love seeing those as you take your first couple of steps out of the box. You know you've got some real estate to run on. It's such a good feeling. Nice liner into the gap right there.
Way high with that one. Ball one.
Definitely a frustrating day for the offense, but when they look at it, this guy's had his best stuff. Painting the corners, working on the edges and changing speeds. Just a difficult one. You tip your cap.
One ball, one strike.
Right through there for a strike. The Braves bullpen has some activity. Aaron Bummer appears to be getting loose. Jimenez also throwing. Oh, he hit him.
That hit him.
And that got him pretty flush. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him.
It's kind of funny. Players tend to run to first base a lot quicker after getting hit by a curveball compared to a fastball.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
0-1's the count.
And a swing and a miss. There's that slider. Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
Popped up, and the infield fly is called. And here's the first baseman, Pete Alonso.
And Boog, I'd say he's due. Going away. Good pitch right there. Anytime you can get one by a bat of this caliber, especially with runners on, it's got to give you some confidence out there on the mound that you can win this battle.
Outside with a breaking ball.
Two balls, 1 strike.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Check swing, and he went 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And he's up to 8. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Danny Young.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Next offering is in for a strike. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 1 out.
Wow, short work to send him packing to start the inning, and no messing around either. All 3 pitches were in the strike zone, attack mode all the way, and that's pretty impressive given the pop he was dealing with at the plate.
Olsen stands in now, looks at that one inside. Next offering is fouled back. Ball to strike. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Alvarez sizes this one up. Couldn't get to it before it dropped foul. The 1-2. To the right side. Throws to first. And Olsen is set down. 2 outs, base is empty. Now, Jurickson Profar. Late with the swing there. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Fought off foul. Slides, but he can't come up with it. Ozzie Albies up to the plate. He's grounded out a couple of times. Laser could be trouble. Lead runner around second. Profar around third. He will score.
Well done. Drives in the run. First pitch fastball, a great spot to do some damage, and he squared it up nicely.
Here's Sean Murphy. And the sweeper misses for a ball.
All right, this is a spot where you've just got to nibble, work the edges with this hitter. If he wants to chase and go outside his zone, so be it.
He's in there. So a workaround situation.
Yeah, kind of. You're not intentionally walking him. You want to compete, but you don't want to give him something too good to hit. If you can get him out on your pitch, then even better, because you got the pitcher leading off the next inning.
That one lifted to left. Winker should have it. He's there. He's got it. And that's the third out. Albies with the key hit for Atlanta. It's a discussion happening at home plate now, and I think they're making a double switch. Back at Truist Park, and now the catcher comes up to hit. Francisco Alvarez. And a swing and a miss.
Well, in this one, the offense has sputtered. Somebody's got to find a way to get on, keep the line moving, and manufacture at least one run. Then maybe you get 2 or 3.
Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. That one way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
2 strikes.
And that skips in the dirt. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Has room, and he makes the catch.
Well, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
Nimmo in now, takes ball 1 off the plate. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate.
Going to really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Close, but call the ball. 2 balls and a strike. And it's fouled away. Here's a 2-2.
Count is 3-2.
Line to left. Bounces over the wall in foul ground. It's an automatic double.
Well, there's something really nice about getting yourself an automatic double like that. You get to stroll into second base without having to worry about a throw or getting your uniform dirty. And now you're just looking for the next guy to kind of do the same thing. Maybe put one in the gap so you can jog home as well.
Foul ball there. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. Here comes the skipper. Righty reliever out of the pen, Joe Jimenez.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
Number 6, Starling Marte.
Pulls that one foul. Two outs and one in scoring position.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
So hard to touch. Being at the top of the zone, 99, 98, even 97. As pitchers do such a good job of teasing that part of the zone, just elevating a little bit. It looks good because you see it for a good while as a hitter. Looks juicy, and by the time you swing, it's almost in the catcher's mitt.
Throw on to Olson. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Jose Butto.
And as relievers go, he's not a big strikeout guy. He tries to force weak contact, so command and execution are huge for him.
And strike 2.
Quickly down 0-2 in the count. I think you got to choke up a little bit, spread out the feet. You don't know what the velocity or the location of this next pitch is going to be.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at bat.
One down, base is empty. Pitch misses there. 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. 1 out, base is empty. Fouls it off, still 1-2. And that's in the dirt.
Oh, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
The 2-2. And they'll do it again. Battling here as he fouls it away. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Not close with that one, and that's ball 3. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Winker sizing this one up. Out number 2. 2 down, base is empty. Now in for the Braves, Nacho Alvarez Jr. And first offering is fouled off. Next offering is fouled back. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Up with it, fires to first. In time, the 2-3 strikeout.
Leading off to the left, shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
Drilled in the air out towards right center. Profar has a beat on it. He makes the grab, and there's one down. Jesse Winker up now for the Mets. And that is out of play.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the 9th with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
Strike 2.
2 pretty nasty sliders to get this hitter in an 0-2 count. If you're up there at the plate, you got to look up in the zone and spit on anything that's down.
And now 1-2. The Mets trailing by 3, and we're in the top of the 8th. That missed by a lot, and it's 2-2. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Oh, really went aggressive in with that slider. Good two-strike pitch right there. At worst case scenario, it's weak contact in play. Exactly where he and the catcher wanted it.
And that one fouled off. Next offering is fouled back. And
One ball,
1-2.
2 strikes.
And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. Back here in Atlanta, ready for the bottom of the 8th. Here's the left fielder, Marcell Ozuna. And first offering is fouled off. Here's the pitch to Ozuna. Foul ball. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
And there's another strikeout, and those are just continuing to pile up. His confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to find a way to make an adjustment, Booth, get back on track. His team needs him.
Riley, the next to hit, takes outside. And another ball. That was the sweeper, but it missed. Base is empty, 1 away. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. And there's the strike. Late on that fastball.
He normally does damage on that pitch in that location. Just a swing and a miss there. I don't think you want to throw it again, though.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
Oh, nothing too fancy on the strikeout pitch right there. Just a low 90s fastball, and I'm not sure he was trying to challenge him, but that's pretty much what happened. Very hittable location, but he found a way to just get it by him.
Strike on the inside corner. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Making 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along. And possibly a double switch coming now as a meeting taking place near the home plate area. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Raisel Iglesias. He last pitched 2 days ago. Vientos in the box here lets that one go for a ball. There's a strike.
In this situation, you expect the batters to be a little more patient, possibly take until they get a strike. With that, you don't want to miss your opportunity to get ahead early in the count. He didn't right there.
There's a swing and a miss.
And he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Got it. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the bullpen is following suit. It's just a good day as a manager or as a pitching coach when you can hand the ball off to multiple arms and get stability from all of their performances.
Swing and a high fly ball, deep left field. That one carrying. See you later. His 28th home run of the season, and they cut into the lead. It's 4-2.
He really needed that swing. He hasn't been getting a ton of results at the plate lately, so I'm sure that one felt especially good. With this pitcher's velocity, a changeup is really a break for a hitter. He got a BP fastball, didn't move a whole lot, and he absolutely tattooed it.
Next to hit, Francisco Alvarez. Late that time, it's strike 2.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Alvarez checks his swing. Now an appeal to first. No swing. Gary Simmons with the call. Next offering is downstairs. And there's the ball. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Only one out remaining for the Mets. Brandon Nimmo up now for the Mets. And a swing and a miss.
Well, pretty clear to me. He's trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
Swings through that.
Ahead 0-2 in the count. Sure, you've got 4 pitches you can work with, but throw something you can command and get this at bat over with as quickly as possible.
And that's off the inside edge. Now 1-2. The Mets down to their final strike. Two down, nobody on. Got him, and that's the ball game. And your final. Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. The show has an NL East matchup. It's the New York Mets going up against the Atlanta Braves. Well, Siggy, today we get the pleasure of seeing one of the hottest bats in baseball. His consistency at the plate has been remarkable.
Yeah, Boog, one of the toughest outs in the league right now. Sit back and relax because this guy's about to put on a show.
First pitch coming your way next. So, almost ready to get underway. Today's starting pitcher Spencer Schwellenbach. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
And a guy like this is going to keep you in the ball game. He's going to go out there and compete. Not going to see a whole lot of flair and flash, but he's going to hand it over to the bullpen at some point. And if you've been able to score a few runs, you'll be in it late. So we'll see if he's able to do that for his club in this one.
Fouled off. He was late. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a ground ball. Albies over to first in time. Lindor retired. Here's Jesse Winker.
Jesse Winker.
In the air, left field. Ozuna hauls it in, 2 away.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
2 outs, base is empty. So up next for New York, Juan Soto. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Nowadays, with advanced metrics and increased use of moving the infielders around, defense isn't necessarily about making errors. Are you able to get to the ball? Are you able to position fielders where guys hit the ball, but within the new shift rules? Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Mets 0. Braves. Here's the center fielder, Michael Harris II. That's hard hit on the line. And there's a hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Just a very nice approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center.
Headed towards the corner. And there's one away. Here's the Atlanta Braves lineup. And one of the most exciting young stars in the sport, Michael Harris II.
Well, these days we know teams, they put a game plan together for every hitter in a lineup. But a guy like this, they circle him, make sure he doesn't beat you. So they put in a little extra time and effort on how they're going to approach him. He can be a huge difference maker when he's hot. So it's going to be fun to see how they try to work him right here.
And they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. You got that front foot down.
Oh, now this one's high and deep. Way back there. On its way. Gone.
Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
Hammered down the right side, but foul. Still only 1 out here in the inning. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. And there's a fly ball deep right field. Way back there. That one is gone.
Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
Ozzie Albies stands in now and watches strike 1. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. The 0-2. Sets him down looking. Fastball at the letters froze him for strike 3.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Yeah, that's fouled off. 2 outs. Going to count 1-2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
And no one can get there. Throws to second, and that's a 2-out double.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't. Well, this turned out to be an exciting, very well